Welcome to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. Are you a goofball that loves Giants football? If so, sit back and relax as we talk about the team that both excites and frustrates us so much. And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by...
And me, Rob, and we got the special guest tonight.
Oh, yes, NYG22 from Unpopular Opinion Sports. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing tonight?
We are doing good as always. We're always spectacular. That's what it boils down to. Always spectacular.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Except for when the Giants play, then we're horrible.
Usually. Lately.
Unfortunately, last decade and a half, it seems like at this point.
Yeah.
Every watch you randomly do something good, but you know. So guys, we're in the absolute nonstop thrills right now of training camp. And what I mean by that is absolute sarcasm. Let's be very frank, guys. This is like when training camp is almost like preseason. It starts up, we're all excited. And we can't wait. We're gonna play every single thing that happens. Like, oh my God, Dart looked great. Oh my God, Dart looked horrible. Oh my God. We've gotten to the point now where, again, we warned you guys this when training camp started. We're not going to go ahead and give you play-by-play in every single day and every single play because, quite frankly, it's all overplayed. But there was some nice stuff to come out today because Daboll talked to the media. It's nice to kind of see some of what he says and kind of try to see if we can pick his brain a little bit and read between the lines. Because let's be honest, that man plays poker in front of a mic. He doesn't tell you what he actually thinks. But sometimes you can read between those lines and you can figure out some of what's going on. So we will also have apparently our own version of the Giants fridge here potentially this year, but we're going to call it a mini fridge because he's definitely not the same as Perry. But we got an interesting defensive lineman playing fullback in training camp now. Could we be seeing that? This is a big fall from what we used to have a couple years ago when Joe Judge wanted 10 fullbacks on the roster. Now we're just finding random guys to play fullback now. So a little change of pace, here. So let's get right into talking about the guy who is probably the star of training camp outside of Abdul Carter, of course, and Jaxson Dart, the 2 first-round picks everybody's so hot to trot for. But Cam Skattebo and Tyrone Tracy was talking about him. And I love this aspect of it because here's a guy, let's be very frank, from Tracy's standpoint, you can look at this a couple different ways. I got a brother in arms going to come help me out here. Or I got a guy who's gunning for my job. After only having it for not even a full year. Let's be honest. He didn't even get any carries in the first 4 games basically of the season and then got hurt. So, interesting perspective to see what he says here. So he says, Cam here is nothing but adding to what we got. I think that it's a great addition to the room. If you look around our room, there's nothing anyone can't do. We didn't add Cam just to do one thing. We added him because he's a good running back. You know what I'm saying. They didn't bring me here just to do one thing. They added me because I'm a good running back. So at the end of the day, whoever's in on 3rd down, 2nd down, 1st down, it doesn't matter what it is. You're going to produce, and that's the standard that we have in a running back room. When we go on the field and get them opportunities, whether it's pass or run or even pass protection, man, make the play. There's no 3rd down back. There is no you're passing down back, whatever. That's not in our room. It's more so you can play and then you do get the opportunities, take care of it. You know what I'm saying? And make the most of it. I gotta say, I do love some of it. I'm gonna question one thing in particular though. When we talked about pass protection, because let's be very frank, Tyrone Tracy is not good at pass protection. He tries. But he's still learning. I don't want to get on the guy because he's still learning the position as a whole. Like I don't want to go full on negative on him like that. But let's be honest, he's not that great at that. It's one thing he really, I hope, worked on a lot this offseason. But I love the attitude, guys. Am I crazy? Like I do love that attitude. Like that's the selfless team first attitude as it gets.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, No, absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely the guy that you want. Like, you want your RB1 to be your hype man when you're the RB2, RB3. Like, you got that guy behind your back. Like, you're gonna go theoretically have
did
a
you say
good
hype
career.
man? Am I gonna have to go
Yeah,
all Birdman?
you want the guy that can Birdman.
Oh, shit.
Help myself. Don't give me a toy with buttons to make sounds. I'm not happy pressing.
Right.
But let's be real. If you're Skattebo, you're probably RB3. Right? You're gonna have to be behind Singletary. So yeah. So when RB1 and Tracy Jr., who just came out and dominantly took that job from Singletary after Singletary got hurt, like, for him to say that, it's like kind of like we said, it could go one or two ways, and it went the better way, because otherwise you'd be like, oh, screw that guy, he's not too great in camp. Like,
well, I won't say that publicly. I'd hope not, at least.
Yeah, but I mean, look, we gotta admit, do you want Devin Singletary out there or Cam Skattebo? So I'm kind of looking at Skattebo as RB2. Now, he may be RB3 in theory, like on the depth chart, but definitely I'm not putting Devin Singletary in any game over Cam Skattebo. I've seen enough of Devin Singletary. I'm sorry. Guys. I'm
Skattebo.
kind of finished with him.
Yeah, when we got him.
We gotta give a chance to beat out Motor, though, because Motor's got the resume, he's got the pedigree. Skattebo's still gonna have to earn that, so to speak. I still think, but I think he's showing in camp that Motor. We've talked about before. Motor's an important year for him because he's coming off the contract at the end of the year. He's getting close to that wrong side of 30. This is an important year for him to show something, because, to be honest, I think at the end of this year he's probably going to be fighting for his NFL career.
Yeah, I think he will have a career after this season. I just don't think it's going to be with the New York Giants. I was reluctant, but happy when we got him, just because what was the market when we got him. He was nowhere near Barkley, and when it comes to running backs in the league, like, he was a B+ at best. And like, he had some good years, but listen, if you did fantasy football, was he going to be your RB1? No. Unless you're in like a 14-man league, he probably wasn't an RB1.
Yeah.
Even then, you were disappointed to have him as your RB1 in a 14-man league. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm just saying, even in his best year, you probably weren't happy that he was your RB1.
And he was.
You got him as RB1. Yeah, I don't think you're winning that league. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And he was never elite, but I don't know. I find it like, part of me goes, okay, I love the answer that we got here from Tracy talking about Skattebo, but part of me wonders if it's all BS. Because I'm sorry, like, listen, I don't front that I was some great football player. I was horrible always when I played, but there's things I've done in life that I've been competitive at, and I don't like anybody coming in taking anything from me point blank. And I had the mentality always when that kind of scenario does happen, that they're not going to. I'm not going to let them. That's just how I'm wired. And I got to think that's got to be at least somewhere in there for Tracy. And whether he wants to publicly say it or not, if I'm him, I'll say it how I would be if I was him. If I was him, I'm like, they just drafted the goddamn running back. They just drafted me last year. Like, what the hell are they doing? Like, I got this. This is my spot. Like, point blank, that'd be my attitude. Now, I may not be upset and go to management. I'm not saying you go to that kind of level. But if anything, in the offseason, it would have driven me to work harder. It would have driven me to make sure that there's no way in hell this guy takes my spot. I'm the RB1. And I got to wonder if because of that, we're going to see a better version of Tracy this year.
I was about to say, Drew, if that were to happen, what would happen to you? Would you become a better RB1? So as Giants ownership, was it a smart move to get Skattebo when we did?
Oh, no, listen, I love the move. We said that draft night. I love the move. There's no doubt on that one. I'm just wondering.
I'm just saying.
really at compared to what he says it's at. Because I think there's probably not quite as optimistic as he's making it sound.
There's also the other side of it. There's also the other side of it too, because you might be a little scared for your job, and you might want to work harder. But you know what they also say? Iron sharpens iron. So having another great guy in that room is only going to help the both of you to be better players in the long run. So yeah, you might be scared for your job, but that guy that's really good too is going to elevate you to the next level. So you could be really excited, even though it could be a little scary. So make him prove you wrong.
So you got to think too. You got to think too, though. Tyrone Tracy is also a draft pick. Yep. So he has to look at it as like, okay, I'm valued here too, because you guys took me in the draft before you took Cam Skattebo. So I'm with Rob here. I think he just needs to look at it as, look, hey, I got to go out there and work harder. We're adding to, look, it's going to make his job easier, because now all the focus ain't on you. Because think about the running back room without Cam Skattebo. You solely focused on Tyrone Tracy. I'm sorry, Devin Singletary just doesn't offer much. I think his motor's about gone. I'm serious. I'm not.
You need to train that Chatty.
Yeah. Them spark plugs need to be changed out or something, man.
Yeah, they're fried.
We all know what time is it, Rob? It's turbo.
Turbo.
It's turbo time. I'm still hope we see Dante Miller this year. Like,
I'm okay with that being 1, 2, 3. Like at the end of the day, like we talked about before, and I don't want to beat dead horse. Like Singletary had a way better career in the NFL than I'll ever have. But that was also 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Granted, he could be an RB3 somewhere else, a way better career than I've ever had. But when it talks about the Giants, like, listen, Tracy was draft capital, right? We spent draft on him.
Yep.
He's done very well for us. Running back's one of those rooms where you need. Not everyone's going to be like a Barkley that you're going to draft. Not everyone's going to be that all-purpose or like a Derrick Henry that's going to be a workhorse. That you're not really going to have another guy. So when you look at Singletary, how does he run? Like, right, he's a little bit of finesse. Like, he's got this move. Like, how does Skattebo run? There's different uses to that. It's just only going to elevate both their games. So it's like
I said, I see the best for him. I'm just wondering how his mentality of it actually is. That's all I'm saying. Because I would definitely go into it a little bit more of a different. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is a legit attitude from him. I really do. And by all accounts, he's been a great kid in the locker room and been, a good person all around. So, maybe I'm just a jerk. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, you are a jerk, but that's not the scenario.
It's what it is. It's okay. I'll admit it. So let's talk about somebody who accuses us all of being jerks. Evan Neal said we should go to burger flipping a couple years ago there. Well, he's flipping positions, obviously, as we all know. Now he's going off to the guard position this year. A lot of good hype coming out of him in camp, actually. There's a lot of people saying point blank they think he might actually even take the right guard job from Greg Van Roten. I'll believe it when I see it because I spent too much time thinking Neal might be something good. And he wasn't good. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Giants, again, have not done him favors by messing up his injury and all kinds of stuff. Like, they're not innocent in this whole project and bust, here going on right now. But there's been a lot of positive talk about him here. So as much as we want to, think about the stuff he said a couple of years ago and take that to heart, because I definitely hold a grudge. I don't.
Without a doubt, I do.
I hold a grudge like you wouldn't believe, point blank.
From Jersey.
Goddamn Petty. You swear Richard Petty and Tom Petty had a child together somehow. That's how bad it is. Okay? It's bad. But here's Brian Daboll talking about it. He said, I think Evan steadily improved playing inside. Things happen a little quicker in there. He's a big man, so he's done a nice job on his double teams and getting movement. And it was good to see him out there in one-on-ones at the guard spot. We look for him to continue to improve. He's been a true pro about it, spends extra time with the line coaches, does extra work. So he's really put a lot of time and effort and energy into it. And it'll be good to see how it looks in the preseason when we can finish blocks and do those kinds of the next step. I gotta say, again, I can't buy it. It's Evan Neal. I have seen this man be a turnstile for years. And again, we've said on our show plenty of times, his biggest issue is setting the edge. By moving him inside, you took that responsibility away. You let him do what he does and be a big body that can run block, and you just hope to get something out of him as far as pass block. I can't buy into it at this point. I can't.
But that's it though. The run blocking. That's why I've been saying put this dude in at guard, because you know, if you're gonna put him in at guard, you know, and you're trying to build this offensive line, run the football. Don't have this dude dropping back, you know, 40, 50 times to pass block. That's not where you want Evan Neal. So Evan Neal has to show improvements, at least to be adequate at pass blocking, but run blocking, I think he will excel at guard, you know, if given time. But, you know, the Giants, they've been patient when the Giants are a weird organization, because it's like they've been patient when they don't need to be patient, but then they're impatient when they need to be patient in certain situations, you know. And Evan Neal is one of these where you may just need to be patient, because you guys should have been moved him in at guard. You should have did this last year. I said it last year, you know, and we wouldn't be talking about this now. He would have already had a year, and you would already have an idea of whether you wanted to, you know, move forward with this guy or not. But they
Josh Azuted him. Let's call it over. They Josh Azuted him. Here's a guy who should have been playing guard. They moved the tackle, and it should have been them in the beginning.
You say Azuted, we could DJ them, whatever you want to say, because like
they didn't try to make. Though honestly, DJ probably could have played guard better than quarterback.
Probably not wrong.
Throw it out there. That's your problem now.
But I mean, you moved him around and tackle, and now he's going to guard. Like, he's a big body dude, but his also problems was the one of the things I took away from that quote that Drew just said before is let's see how he finishes, because let's talk about it. Like, yeah, he's a big body dude that was set on this in the tackle position that was able to get in front of people. But people still got around him. He never finished the block. So it's easier as a guard because, well, you look to your left, you look to your right, there's someone else there. This is kind of hard to get around the one way. But does he learn how to finish the block? Like, does he have to rely on the person next to him? Because then it's just making it harder for GMS. It's going to make it harder for, whoever's playing next to him. Like, it should be interesting. And Drew and I have been beating the drum too. Like, let's move him inside. Like, at this point, like, he's shown nothing on the outside. You might as well just put a panda out there that's asleep on the field.
Yeah, I was cool with the year one. But after year one, it was pretty obvious he couldn't set an edge. And if you can't set an edge, you can't tackle. Like, everybody talks about the setting the edge as an edge rusher, because I get it. It's usually a term used with defensive players there. But there is a actual science to setting an edge as an offensive tackle. You are the last line of defense. If you can't stop people from going outside and getting around you, you can't play tackle. Like, that's like saying I'm a basketball player, but I can't put the ball in the hoop. Like, you can't do that. Number one job is you're the last line of defense. People can't get around you. There's no one there.
At least get in the way, like get in the way. I could get in the way. Like, hey, where you going?
Nobody else play tackle like a one-legged man in an ass kicking contest.
Yeah,
he got there. He got right in front of him, but fell right on his butt every single time.
Oh my gosh! Now, at least it wasn't as bad. I remember Matt Pert a couple of years ago in preseason got beat on the outside by a corner. I forget who beat him, but it was a corner that literally got around him on a pass rush move. I was like, oh my God, stop this. So at least he's got it. It can get worse, guys. It can get worse. But I think the biggest thing, I'm going to be curious when preseason starts to watch him do, because I've heard this has been his biggest issue so far, is mobility issues. When you're a guard, you're asked to do some things that you're not necessarily asked to do as a tackle very much. People think it's just move inside. It's an easier position. No, there's things you have to do. as a guard that you don't have to do as a tackle. Pulling, for example. And you don't see a lot of that necessarily as a tackle. You're seeing it more with screen games and stuff like that, obviously, but you don't see it on a regular running play. Whereas a lot of schemes, it's much more common to see the guard go from the right side to the left side or left side to the right side just to go help on the strong side where that running back is going. You know, it's a very
typical. You guys concerned a little bit about this offensive line? And the reason I say that because you got JMS, who you know some people are a little bit shaky on, and then you got this Evan Neal thing here now. We'll see what this rookie Bow turns out to be, Marcus Bow. But I mean, Thomas has been hurt a lot, you know, so I start to wonder a little bit about this offensive line. And the reason I wonder about this offensive line is because of the philosophy of the team I think they're trying to build. You know, you're not building a power running team. You know, you got athletic tackles, or you're trying to draft athletic tackles and players to try to pull and run more of a, I guess, an outside zone type scheme. But I don't know if this offensive line is going to work, you know, especially in this division. What's your thoughts, though?
I hear what you're saying, and I get it. I've also been a Giants fan for a very long time, and this is probably the most. This is probably at least the second youngest here, but this is probably the most optimistic I've been about the Giants' offensive line in the past 5 years, which is not saying much. Let me put it right there. It's a very low bar.
I'm expecting
but there's something that's it's different, right? Like last year we had a new offensive line coach, right? So you saw some difference with health there. Now we got some depth, right? And you have you had Evan Neal that had to be a tackle. Okay, now he's going to move over, right? So now you got a little bit more of a unison that's going on, a little bit more of a working together. Besides, like people that feel like they're privileged at the one position, people that have to be there. You're not drafting like anyone, right? Like there's definitely more talent that's needed and to be better. And I'm not saying that the Giants offensive line is going to be top 10. They may not be top 15, but it's also, you know, easy to move up when you're not, you know, ranking at 30.
When you get basically at the bottom.
5-7 years. But I have some faith in what they're doing because you're right. They're not going to be that team that's running the ball like they have with Barkley. They're trying to set up something better with a passing game. So it's trying to figure out their offensive scheme of how they're going to set up that passing game. Because obviously Dart is not going to throw the ball like Russell Wilson or James Winston. He just has a different style from those guys. So at the end of the day, like I think they've done the best what they can do to make this season the best, while making movements to get a better offensive line as they build up to the next season. So am I worried? Yes, I'm always worried. I'm a Giants fan, but it's not my biggest concern on what the Giants need to improve.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in the end, this offensive line is going to be made or broken basically by the health of Andrew Thomas. If you look at what happened last year, this line was much better the first 6 games or whatever, or 4 games, whatever it was before Andrew Thomas got hurt. It was ranked average in the league, which is horrible to say, but we were freaking ecstatic. Average offensive line. Oof, haven't seen one of those.
You saw a protected pocket.
Whoa. But that's what we had for the first time in basically forever. And Andrew Thomas went down, and then it just seemed like it just went to crap from there. So, you know, he is the glue that holds this whole entire offensive line together. I do think Carmen Brasillo is a much better coach than we've had of late. Again, not saying much, I know. But I think he's a much better offensive line coach we've had in quite a while. Definitely going back to the Eli days at the very least there. And it's been a kind of a rotating door, that offensive line position coach. I mean, hell, I think we had 3 one year with Judge, didn't we? I mean, it's insanity.
Yeah.
And I think I think this is the measuring stick for Carmen Brasillo. If he can get something out of Evan Neal, you know, I think I think the confidence level will go up from the fan base, at least myself, as far as, okay, can these guys actually develop talent that you already have in the building? Because that's what a lot of it is. You look at guys like Ben Bredesen over in Tampa. He's doing well. Matt Pert, as you guys just spoke about in Denver, he got a contract. He's doing pretty well over there. So you see a lot of these offensive lines. Feliciano went to San Francisco, played well. A lot of these guys go to different places and actually play well. So there has been a developmental issue here, particularly with the offensive line. So to your guys' point, Carmen Basillo, let's see if you can get something out of Evan Neal. Let's see if you can salvage something out of Josh Azudu or one of these guys that you guys have drafted, that this regime has drafted. This regime, this is their draft picks now. Let's see if y'all can get something out of these guys, and it'll make me feel more confident moving forward with this team.
I think Azudu is salvaging at this point. I mean, honestly, he's like the 65 Pinto sitting there in the pit that you're going, why didn't somebody smash this thing already yet? Like, that's where I feel like. But, if you want to talk about a reclamation project, is JMS, point blank, because we all had such high hopes. And like I said, I won't front and act like I'm like, I didn't like this pick. No, I freaking loved this pick, and we got JMS. I thought that was
ecstatic. We were live on the draft. Ecstatic.
And we were like, oh my god, great! We got one of the guys that we had selected. Like, this would be a great guy for us to get in this draft. Like, we all were like, and again, it doesn't even just our show. Like, there's a lot of people out there. I love people do revisionist history. They're like, oh, I was concerned about this. No, we all freaking were happy. Let's be honest. We're all happy.
We were at the draft. Yeah, Giants fans were going crazy with that pick. Yeah,
we were happy about Evan Neal. We were happy about JMS, and both those picks have done absolutely nothing for us but cause us heartache and pain at this point here. That's what it boils down to. So we got to get something out of these guys.
Yeah, listen, if you can make Evan Neal a serviceable player at this point in the tackle position, moving him into guard, like, that shows a lot. But Drew's right. You got to get JMS rolling. Like, you got to make him look good, because we had him ranked number 1 in the center position coming out of the draft.
Make us look good.
Yeah, please. We have egos here.
He's never healthy. He's never healthy. And he didn't have those issues in college. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's putting the pressure on himself and coming back too soon. But, you got to get him healthy first, then see what you got fully out of him. And Evan Neal, I think he'll be serviceable as a guard. I just don't know how serviceable. That's what it boils down to. Like, is he a guy who's serviceable, can be a backup, or is he a guy serviceable that is going to have a nice long career as a guard? Because he very well could be this generation's Eric Flowers, who the Giants should have point blank moved to guard when he was with us, and instead let him go to Miami and become a decent guard, and then had a couple good years with Washington, I believe, as well, before for some reason randomly falling off the NFL face of the earth there. But had a couple of good years. I think he even had he didn't even have a Pro Bowl season, I think, even with Miami, or say if not, he was close to it. I
don't think he quite made it there.
He wasn't at that level.
I'd have to look it up. I mean, again, he got a big contract. I remember that part of it. That's for sure. So somebody liked him. Like I said, we run the risk, if we didn't do this, that he would have been our version of Eric Flowers for this generation now. And I'm glad we're at least giving that the shot there. Yeah. No, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And it's weird. Like I said, I'm looking at it here because, like I said, he went from us. Then we gave him to Jacksonville at the end of his tenure with the Giants. He spent half a season there, didn't look good as well. Goes to Washington, looks really good. Goes to Miami, gets that big deal. And then Miami, after a year, gets rid of him and goes right back to Washington. And he was a starter for every game for those 3 years and looked good. If we can get that out of Evan Neal at this point, like 3-year decent starter, I'll be happy, considering what we've seen so far. And then he can go off. Then he can go off to go work at the local Bird King or whatever he wants to work afterwards. I don't know. Maybe, fool us all, instead of getting a burger place, become a Chick-fil-A franchise owner.
That was so out of pocket now.
Listen,
you looking back at it, it's like, man, dang, dude, that really was out of pocket, considering all we know about you right now.
Oh, God.
And the best part, if he goes to work at Chick-fil-A, he'll always have Sundays off to watch football.
There you go. Yeah. Watch football. You said it.
Maybe he'll be a good coach. They say those who can't do teach. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. All them old backup quarterbacks going to be great coaches. Mike Kafka, all these guys, they can be pretty good coaches.
We talked about it forever. If you go back to the coaches,
Davis Webb, if
you go back to the best coaches in general in the NFL, usually they're scrub players.
Yeah,
you know, true. I mean, name one guy who was a star player in the NFL and went on to be a great head coach. Because you
spend all that time on the bench learning. Not playing,
it comes natural to you and you're gifted with talent. It's hard for you to teach what you never had to learn. You just naturally had. That's part of it. But this is the same reason why Michael Jordan failed as an owner in basketball, why Wayne Gretzky failed as a coach in the NHL. The great ones, no pun intended, is obviously the great one himself is Wayne Gretzky. But, you know, like you're talking about the guys who had it like that. They didn't have they worked their tail off. I'm not trying to say they were just handed things and they were just that good naturally, but they started at a level they can't comprehend others not starting at. There is a difference, you know.
There is, and there's also another big aspect of it is when you're the stud, the dude, the great guy out there, the guy that's making all the plays, being the ace, being the the number one guy on the team in the league. You already made your money. You don't need to go coach. Yeah. Enjoy retirement.
But they all do. Look at them. They all come back and try. It happens because you miss the game.
Not all.
The boils down to you miss the game if you love it, and I respect that actually of them. I really do. Dorothy says Mike Vrabel. But I'm going to say Mike Vrabel had literally one Pro Bowl in his entire career. If he didn't play for the Patriots, you'd remember him as a good player.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was great. Yeah, he was okay.
You elevate him because you saw him all those years in Super Bowls and playoff runs and all that kind of stuff, you know. Coach Ed in the house. What's up, Ed? He says, blessings and peace and blessings, gentlemen. What's up, man? Dorothy says, we are just a few missed blocks away from Evan Neal finally joining us on our quest to professionally figure out how long you can keep a burger patty face down before needing to flip it. Oh, wow. And Jay says, NYC icon, Aborigine Kenny, the heart of the city.
Peace,
Kenny years. How many years? Dude. How many years have you been following Kenny J? Is it before you started the show? We didn't get a restraining order going? You never know. I'm helping you out here in case you never know. Oh my God. All right. Let's talk about our new mini fridge here. Because, like I said, we had a fun thing at training camp happened, and they decided to throw in Elijah Chatman over at fullback. And listen, I'm going to tell you guys point blank again. We don't front if it's something that we weren't involved with on the get go. We're on from the get go here. Elijah Chatman obviously came in as a undrafted rookie free agent. Every time we get a player on the Giants, whether they're free agent, trade, rookie free agent, drafted guy, we're going to look him up and find out some information that we might not have currently floating around in our brain. We don't spend hours and hours and hours and hours on undrafted rookie free agents because let's be honest, most of them don't see the light of day past the training camp. That's just the truth of the matter. So I got to say, I was a little shocked to hear apparently Elijah Chatman played a ton of fullback in high school specifically. And I thought that was kind of interesting. He did do some of it at SMU as well, but specifically in high school, did a lot of time actually at running the football. So assistant GM Brandon Brown talked about him, said he was a 1,600-yard rusher in high school as a running back / fullback. He had a call it fullback package on offense at SMU. And for the record, in 23, he took 25 snaps at fullback for SMU. I wouldn't call it necessarily a package, maybe a play. Like a package you expect to see more than 3 times a game, but you know, but it was interesting. I like seeing it because again, you know, we kind of lost that, and we have guys that are a little more. And I hate to almost say this. I feel like someone's going to say I'm a moron for saying this in a minute, but I'm going to say it, and I'll explain why in a minute. We have finesse style kind of running backs. And I know that Cam Skattebo is the smash into a telephone pole guy and all that. And again, he's got thick legs. They were talking about it day one in training camp. But again, if you don't get the chance to go to training camp, and again, many of us don't. Again, I'm in Florida. I haven't been to a single one. And I say that freely. But if you watch the videos of the practices, he looks like the kid that got brought to work by his dad that day. Like he's a tinier guy for a running back. He doesn't look like he plays. And sometimes when you have a smaller running back, you need someone to take out the big guy that's clogging up the hole so you can go ahead and have that big hole for him to run through. So I'm kind of curious what they're going to do in that respect because Skattebo, yes, like I said, he's a little smaller. Tyrone Tracy ain't a big guy either. I don't think either one of them are going to be mistaken for Brandon Jacobs anytime soon.
No.
I know people like to say that Skattebo plays like Jacobs, so I'm going to say pause, let him play one game at least in the NFL. But there is a difference in their sizes. They're both of them are undersized, really, for a running back. If you want to actually be the truth of it, the only guy who's actually prototypical size really is Motor. We just talked about him being, kind of the guy that we're not even sure where we're going to put him at the depth chart right now.
Small too, though. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the craziness. I mean, neither one.
We the New York Giants, though. We got smaller players. I've been saying this about the running backs, the receivers. You draft finesse offensive linemen. Give me some road graders in there, man. That's what I'm talking about. They're building a finesse team.
Yeah, so Devin
to me, that's what I'm looking at.
5'7", 203. Cam Skattebo. Let's take a look. I'm going to make sure we get the actual 5'11". He's actually 216. He's a little more heavy than I thought he was. But like I said, he's so shorter compared to everybody else. He stands next to 6'5", offensive lineman. Like I said, this doesn't look like that big at all. And let's see here.
Thick.
Pause.
Yeah, pause.
Crazy.
He said it twice too.
Same size as Motor. I don't know if Motor maybe wears bigger pads there, but like I said, he just looked again. And it's funny because Jay says it, and Jay, you're right. I was just about to say this as well. Like he's like, he says, you think the media height and weight is accurate in telling the truth? And I'll tell people all the time, don't even trust it when it comes to the combine. Everybody thinks the combine is legit. No, what happens is somebody tells them somewhere, oh, you're a little light. They want to see you gain 10 pounds. Then they don't run. They just go eat at the Golden Corral before they go out to the combine at that point. Yep, there's our Golden Corral moment for the day. They go to the Golden Corral. They fill up on pancakes, okay? They weigh 10 pounds heavier, and then they wait to run on their pro day when they lost the 10 pounds, but the scale won't tell you that. That's what happens. It happens every year, guys. That's why I always tell people, don't follow that stuff. But like I said,
it gives you an idea, but don't take it to heart. There's definitely I spend a lot of time in combat sports. You could definitely cut weight real fast or gain weight real fast.
Oh yeah,
want to cut 10 pounds?
Help when I was wrestling.
Just don't drink water every day.
So yeah, I mean, but like I said, I like this move. I like having a guy there. They go, you know what? We don't have really a big blocking running back. We have a guy who did some of this in high school, did it some in college. Why not give him a shot? I mean, he's 200.
Remember back in the day, the guy we had, Henry Hynoski.
Yep.
Remember him? Yeah, I think that was the last real legit fullback I can remember the Giants having.
Well, he had 7 on the roster with Joe Judge.
He never used any of them though. It was just there. It was weird.
I was about to say we had a stacked special teams with Joe Judge.
Remember that? It was ridiculous. I was like, we brought another freaking fullback in. What the hell? We brought that guy from. Was he from Germany? The guy we brought. Dropped him, picked him up. Dropped him, picked him up. It was insanity.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Would this guy get a home already? Seriously.
But I hope this means they're going to run the football. I hope this means they're going to run the football. If you do put Chatman, because let's be honest, he is a little bit of a shorter D tackle. A little bit of a smaller D tackle. So maybe fullback is the way to move him. Maybe you could try something there. Maybe you have something there. Where you can actually Jacob Johnson, there you go. Where you can actually, create a running game, create a decent running game, because that is the only way the Giants and Brian Daboll is going to be able to open up their passing game. They're not going to respect you if you just line up Malik, Nabers, Darius Slayton, and Wan'Dale Robinson out there and try to pass 50 times. You got to establish a running game. So I think this is a way of them, or maybe it's Mike Kafka, if he's calling the plays now, trying to get creative and trying to see if they can add a little spark to the running game, drafting Skattebo and now maybe moving Chatman over to fullback. I don't mind this, actually. I hope they don't plan on playing him at both spots.
I think they will. I don't think he's moving there. I think it's going to be more of an occasional kind of position for him. That's what I think it's going to be.
Well, yeah, occasional. Yeah. I mean, not like doing like full time.
No, I don't think he's going to be doing 50-50. Like this is not a Travis Hunter situation.
Because they actually have some depth at D tackle, so you actually can do that, and not have him exerted on defense. So yeah, I don't mind it actually.
For the record, not good depth, but depth.
Yeah. It's not.
There's bodies.
They're not. There's bodies. Yeah. But long as you got Dex there, I mean, I feel confident about the D tackle room if he's healthy.
Yeah,
100%. But also what you get too, like, and you hit the one part of the head, right? All right. So he comes in as fullback, right? It's just going to do nothing but help the run game. But when you do a play action, it's also when you do a play action. Or if you're running, or if you're trying to pass against a really good pass rush like team, like guess what? He's also going to help you block the line and just get up there. He's an extra body. You don't have faith in Evan Neal. We just talked about it before. You have him back him up. You run him up in the middle, and guess what? You just gave whoever's going to be our starting quarterback, most likely going to be Russell Wilson, but like. Say you want to see Dart out there, you throw him up the middle, give him a little more confidence, give him an extra second throw the ball. Goes a long way.
I think the biggest question in this whole thing, if he's going to play fullback, is who gets the touchdown first, Elijah Chatman or Jalen Hyatt?
Ooh.
I went there.
I'm gonna go Chatman.
Yeah, Chatman.
It's a legit question. Like,
it's gonna be Chatman because guess what? You get up there. And you're in the red zone. You're on a 1 yard line.
Yeah,
it's first down.
I see Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt is gonna score on like a 90-yard, streak route, goal route. That's how I see him scoring. Chatman, get in the red zone, you'll get more opportunities to score. So get him the ball. I think. Yeah, I think.
How embarrassing would that be that Andrew Thomas and Elijah Chatman would get touchdowns before Jalen Hyatt?
Yeah,
that's terrible.
That's bad. That's bad. Yeah,
he is about as waste of a pick at this point as. Even over Evan Neal, because I mean, at least you got something out of Evan Neal, like year one. But this guy get nothing. Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Jay.
That hype went away real quick. It
took 3 years.
Hear him, and for the record, he is a little banged up because I've heard him being out for some practices and everything already here. But yeah, the hype went away real quick with him. And I do think a lot of the hype with him was Russell Wilson bringing him up every single chance he got. But even I'm not hearing Russell Wilson talk about him like crazy anymore. So I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. We got nothing to lose. He's on a cheap rookie deal for at least a little while longer. But I think if he does a year this year like he did last year, he's going to be working alongside Evan Neal over at the local Wendy's.
Watching the football games, like Rob said on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flipping the chickens, grabbing the chickens out of the fryer on Saturday, getting ready for Sunday football.
There you go.
All right, guys. Before we get to the next segment here, we're gonna pay the bills real quick.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at twogiantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All righty, guys. And real quick, we're going to do as well is we're going to go ahead and put the link here for NYG22's channel as well. So you guys can go ahead and give him a like and follow as well. And we'll give him a chance to let you guys know more about his stuff here towards the end as well. But definitely want to make sure you guys have that as well. So for some reason, only Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch is the one that shows the link. So if you're not on one of those programs, unfortunately, you don't get the link. This is why you should because YouTube is the place to be. Like again, we say it all the time. I feel like we know what YouTube had for breakfast because we kiss up to it so much. But like I said, it is like I said, the platform to go to if you actually want to support content creators. YouTube, point blank. I say it all the time. We probably get downgraded on other platforms from me saying it. I'm sure their AI voice knows that I said it. I don't care. I'm saying it. YouTube. I said it before. They'll literally pay 100 times what anybody else will pay to content creators, and it comes out of nobody's pocket. What platform you're watching on? It's not like it costs you anything to go to YouTube as opposed to Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know, it's the way to truly support, and it's not just me. Like I said, it's the same for everybody. So if you're somebody who's popping in for the first time, yeah, anybody you're watching on any other platform, scoot on over to YouTube, watch them there. Trust me, they will appreciate it. Whether they know you did or not, they will appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get back into a little more offensive line talk here because apparently we got somebody showing a little fight here, getting a little feisty here, and Brian Daboll's loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So let's talk about it here. Brian talking about James Hudson III, Esquire. Pinky's out. Right. Says, I love it for an offensive lineman. You're always looking for offensive linemen that bring an edge. Again, we got to be smart. So what it's going to be in the fourth quarter when things get tough and somebody shoves you and pushes you. When you get tired, you don't want to do dumb things that affect the team in a negative way. But his edge and his personality have been a welcomed addition to the room. He's a very athletic guy, was able to play both sides of the ball, and he had a good play style. And now you get to know him at a different level. In the meetings, he's a pretty serious guy. I try to get him to smile once a day. Doesn't always work. He's had a good camp, playing there at left tackle every down, so we want that aggressive approach. Listen, yeah. Can I say I love hearing that you got an offensive line with some attitude. I love that you got an offensive lineman with some edge. I just don't like the offensive lineman you're saying has the attitude and the edge. Like, if you really want to go back to James Hudson III, Esquire, and see what you think about him, okay? Go back to the Browns game last year, guys. You know what the Giants were looking like? We had all-pro defensive line, and they had like a Pop Warner offensive line. Guess who was on that Pop Warner offensive line? James Hudson III, Esquire.
It just gets funnier every time you say it.
He's just not good. Like I don't try to be like a jerk about it because I openly admit these guys are all much better at football than I ever was. Like I'm not trying to be that guy. Like I said, I can outplay them or whatever. I can't outplay them, but there are plenty of people in the NFL that can. That's what it boils down to.
Fair point.
Now, I can also tell you this. We have had horrendous tackles for years now. So he also could be an upgrade over what we've had. That doesn't mean he's the upgrade we needed. There's a difference. It's like your buddy that's dating the ugliest possible chick you've ever seen. And then all of a sudden, you're like, okay, could be worse. Like, you still got to say, like, you could improve, little buddy. You could improve.
Yeah.
You could do better than this. We've all had that conversation with a friend. It's okay. We're going to say it. Okay. We're going to be open about it. We've all said it before. Like, you could do better. You're settling. We've all had that conversation with a buddy at one point.
Yeah.
Joe Shea needs to have the hey, you're settling talk with somebody, because that's what's going on right now. Like,
I mean,
a lot of money, guys. We're paying this guy a lot of money.
Through a dry spell.
Like, he's getting a little more money.
And that's what it is, Rob. We went through a dry spell. You know, you seen something over there. You was like, man,
it's been a while. It's looking pretty good. You got sweat in your eye. You're like, I think we should do this.
Take a couple more shots, and you know, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Yeah. Wow. Looking a lot better now after the fifth one or so. But that's where we at, man.
Here's $12 million for him. We got Illuminor 2 years, $14 million. You know what? Then spend the $2 million extra and find yourself another Illuminor if you can.
Yeah, I don't know what they see in Hudson. I would rather have Tyree Phillips back, but I think he's he's hurt now or something like that, or I don't know what's going on with Tyree Phillips. But
I feel like, you ever had that food that you don't necessarily feel good after you have it, but you keep on trying it anyway? Like, I feel like that's Tyree Phillips for him. He's just not that good either. Every time you see him or talk about him, but it's just not. He's not good either. Like
with the Giants, though, the bar is low.
No, but that's the problem. That is the problem, that we've had such a low bar for so many years. We're willing to tolerate stuff we shouldn't tolerate. Like, Sabres were all excited. Like, Russell Wilson's going to be some savior. The guy who's going on to his third team in 3 years.
But here's the thing, though. We wouldn't be talking about this, though, if Azudu would have panned out, Evan Neal would have panned out, or even that Marcus McKeithen dude, who I guess he's gone now. But we wouldn't have discussions about James Hudson and Tyree Phillips if some of these guys or one of these guys would actually perform. JMS, somebody step up.
But here's the problem with that.
Just be Andrew Thomas and the guy you signed in free agency.
Stop trying to make guard tackles. That's the damn problem. Stop trying to make guard tackles. Like, it's funny because most times you go, this guy's a little too small to play tackle in the NFL. Let's move him to guard. And then somebody's like, well, it's not that easy. And they're not wrong. Don't get me wrong. But it's like the Giants have like, that's not easy. Let's try the opposite way. Let's move guards to tackles. That should be easy then. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. Josh Azudu is a goddamn guard. We've now seen that Evan Neal can't play tackle, even though apparently he came out of the womb as a tackle, according to him. But he can't play tackle.
Go back in the womb and come back out of guard. Then. All right, how about
poor mother? Oh my God.
Poor mother. That's going back in. Let me assure you of that. Probably heard enough the first time. It was much smaller back then. But I'm just saying, like, that's the problem. Is that for years we have tried to convert people from guard to tackle for some reason. Instead of just going and getting some goddamn tackles. And then we're getting guys off the couch, looking at you, Pew, who I still respect you for doing it. But again, guard, not a tackle. We're getting guys off people's practice squads last year. Just go ahead and treat the position the importance that it is. Yeah. And going out overpaying for a guy who you just embarrassed last year. In a year that you got the third overall pick, which tells you how many teams you were embarrassing. When you embarrassed him last year, that's not the guy you like. I'd love to be the guy in the room when they're watching the tape of the Browns and Giants game last year going, that tackle we keep going
I see something in this guy.
I wonder if he would come
here. Yeah, going up against that line too. Yeah. But again, man. Yeah, I don't think they know how to find tackles.
No.
I think that's it, because Andrew Thomas was drafted by another regime and Jermaine Illuminor was drafted by another team.
I don't think because he's worked with Carmen Brasillo. Now this is his third team. Just he's a Brasillo guy, not a Daboll guy. Right. He's a Brasillo guy.
Exactly. So I don't think they know how to find talent on the offensive line like that.
Maybe they should.
I think that is. Yeah, You want to be analytical, Joe Shane? Yeah. ChatGPT.
Maybe they could create like a Dr. Seuss book about it or something. Maybe that's
1 draft, 2 draft, 3 draft, lose.
Did you see that, by the way, that we did what we did?
Oh,
Oh gosh. It was insanity here. What we did. Let me see if I can find. Oh yeah, we did a whole series of Dr. Seuss books that were converted for Giants fans. Like the Dak is so whack. Maybe we should come up with one like how to find like how to discover talent at the offensive tackle position, how to develop it. Well, listen, I shouldn't say that. I have faith in Brasillo. I actually have faith he can develop guys because JVR was also crap when he was with the Jets and ever the team before he went to Brasillo too. So I actually have faith in Brasillo. But you can't put guards to tackle and expect him to work magic. He's not Harry freaking Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Carmen Brasillo.
Arg, pirate
Marcus Bowe.
Listen, Marcus Bowe, same thing. Like I heard they're moving him. I should say moving. They're trying to keep him at tackle in the beginning. That scared the crap out of me because he's way too light to play tackle. I don't know if he needs to also go off to the Golden Corral as well. But like he's a guy that point blank doesn't have the size right now to be a tackle. But I'm hearing they're putting him in all 5 positions. They've literally moved him all over the place, which tells me one of two things. One of two things means he's not playing any position well, or he's playing every position well. And I hate to say because I like the pickup, but it leads me to think it's probably the first one. He's not playing any position extremely well. And he is a project, guys. I said that from the get-go. He is like the Jaxson Dart of offensive linemen. Like, I don't want
the thing, but the thing about it is he's a rookie, so of course he ain't gonna be playing any of the positions well. He's still learning. But he ain't gonna learn if he gotta learn 5 different positions. Keep him at one spot. That's the problem with these dudes.
Guard.
It drives me insane. Just put him at guard. Let him learn. Don't move him around. Play guard. Which position am I playing? Guard. Where am I playing at today, coach? Guard. Where am I playing at today, coach? Guard. Not, oh, well, today we need you at center. Tomorrow, next week, we're going to play left tackle and then the following week, we're going to put you at right guard.
He did in college that way. They're listing him here as being just at 300 pounds. And again, we talked about it before. People lie all the time on that kind of stuff. That's not, unheard of there. Let me see if I can find. I'm curious if I can find his height and weight at Purdue specifically because watch it be much lower, and they just changed it at that point there. Let's see. They got him as 303, but again, that's his combine weight. 305. I'm seeing here. I was seeing. Remember, Rob? What did we say? It was like 290 or something like that when we scouted him initially. I think
so. Like
I don't think he can hit 300 pounds.
He's a lean guy. We seen him at the Senior Bowl. Did an interview with him at the Senior Bowl, but he's a leaner player. You know what I'm saying? He's a leaner player. More of the athletic type, but that's the team they're trying to build this basketball-ish type football team. I don't like the philosophy, man. That's why you get so many mismatched players, and they trying to put players at different positions because they're trying to build a team, but they don't have the correct players because of drafting the wrong guys or signing the wrong guys or whatever it may be.
Is it safe to say we are the Isaiah Simmons of football teams?
Yeah.
And that's not a compliment, guys.
They don't. What do they really do well? Like we hope they're going to hang their hat on this defense this year. At least I hope so. But in past seasons, what did the Giants really do that well? Nothing. Just like Isaiah Simmons doesn't do anything well at all. Really, it's kind of mid at everything.
Exactly, and that's being nice. Jay says, like Rob, they aren't taking them off vacuums to sell cleaning supplies. It'd be nonsensical. Damn straight, because that's what Rob does. Rob sells vacuums like no other. Anyway, guys, let's get an interesting story that came out a couple of days ago at camp here that really I was surprised. I got to be honest, didn't take off like I kind of expected to. I really thought it was an interesting story, and much like Onions and Ogres has some layers to it, really. So Jaxson Dart and Malik Nabers, there's a little interaction there between those two, and that's a relationship I'm very curious to see how it develops overall. Because listen, say what you want about Dart, and like I said, we've got mixed feelings on him as a player on this show here. Obviously, again, we root for him. We hope for the best for him because he's a Giant, but we weren't overly ecstatic about the pick, we'll say. How him and Nabers gel is so important to his success, flat out. Because that's the way it is when you have that dog mentality receiver on your team. You guys have to get along. And the second he doesn't like you, the second you don't like him, there's going to be issues. It happens all the time. This is what happened here. So Nabers is talking to the press. He says, I'm not sure if I should disclose this, but I will because it was between me and him. First off, hold on, pause for a second. But I will because it's between me and him. No, you should probably ask the other guy first before you disclose this. If you're not sure. I'm just... It's like, and that's what I mean by the dog mentality. He's just like, whatever, I don't care, I'm doing it. Like, it's beyond the football field. He says, we're playing basketball at Russell's house in San Diego, and me and him got into it. I was just testing his little dog. I want to see if he was really a little dog. First off, don't call your quarterback a little dog. It just sounds bad. Like, that's not a name you give a quarterback. That's a name you give something else. I'm not going to say what it is, but you all know where I'm at. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
That's the term you give to. So I'm just saying, like, that's what it is we're talking about. So, you know. Anyway. He says, I got up to him and said, what are you going to do? He stepped straight to me, and I was like, okay, me and you are fly. I know when someone is going to come into the game and try and get into it. So we like that. First off, okay, listen, I'm old. I admit it freely. I'm not a young man. Are kids saying fly again? Is that a thing?
We went full circle, just like J-Lo.
Yeah. It came
like,
back.
Is Malik Nabers gonna like coming like to like a at the next training camp practice in bell bottoms, like combing the hair of a troll doll? Like, what the hell is this?
No, it would be the parachute pants.
Oh my god!
Yeah, too much.
The fly girls in living color parachute pants.
Girls,
I don't
full circle.
I was thinking of Superfly. Yeah, like
I don't think fly has been like a popular term since 3-6 Mafia. Like,
I'm
I feel
so
like
fly. Yeah.
The last time I can think of
last time I heard it.
Yeah, like, okay, whatever, he's bringing it back. Anyway, Jaxson Dart comes back and says, it was intense. It was just two guys who compete at the highest level in whatever they're doing. When you're in a competitive situation like that, you want to win. It says a lot about him. I think it was good bonding. So yeah, like, it's interesting. Here's what I love about this the most. That's why I'm saying there's like levels to this whole entire thing. You got Nabers stepping up to this guy. And that's a leadership role to a degree. Okay, again, we weren't there. We don't know how it went down exactly. There's ways you can do this wrong as well, so I don't give him like blanketed full on credit. But for him to try to step up and test and see what this guy's made of, that's a leadership thing. Like, I need to find out, because if he's not, I got to get him there. And that's where I think he meant. I don't think he meant it. It's like, if he's not, then I'm done. I want nothing to do with him. He wanted to know what he was working with. You know, it's kind of like when you go into, okay, I use the weirdest analogies today for some reason, but I'm going with it. It's kind of like if you go to a dojo and all of a sudden the guy who's trying to teach the classes hit me. Like, you got to know what you're working with. Mm-hmm. And Nabers found out what he's working with, it sounds like, and he liked it. That's a good thing. We need these two point blank to be on the same page, have a really damn good relationship, because, again, like it or not, 'cause I know there's still a segment of Giants fans who aren't exactly, you know, happy with the whole Dart situation there. Like it or not, this kid is part of the future of this team. Whether it's the long term or not, that's going to be him and how he plays that's going to determine that. But he's part of the immediate next year or two future of this team. And those two getting along and those two being in that kind of situation is great. But beyond that, the fact that Nabers wants to test somebody who's new to the team, that he has to have a working relationship with, says a lot. And I know people keep, I feel like there's like people already talking about, oh, he dealt with Daniel Jones. Now he's going to deal with Jaxson Dart. This kid's going to want out of here in a couple of years. That tells me I plan on being here. This is my team. That's what that tells me his mentality is. And I love that.
I think that they want a quarterback with an edge. You know what I'm saying? Like a personality. I think that's what he's saying. Like, okay, is this guy tough? Does this guy have that so-called it factor that you know, you can't explain it, but you feel it, you see it, you can recognize it when you kind of see it. You know, we all know Daniel Jones didn't have it, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you want to see if Jaxson Dart has it, you know, because when you get out there on that field and you down 17-0 and at the link to the Philadelphia Eagles, are you gonna fold? You gonna crap out and get blown out, or do you have enough toughness, you know, to grab you know what, stand up like a man and
your little dog.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be a little dog. So I think that's exactly where Malik Nabers was coming from, you know. And look, man, I love what Malik Nabers is doing. You know, I love his attitude, and I love the fact that he is showing some type of toughness and resolve, and not being a little dog out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I like we've been, you know, that soft word gets thrown around a lot when you talk about the New York Giants, you know. So hey, Dart, are you one of those? Do we got another one on our hands, or do I really got somebody that's gonna ride with me? And I think that's what Nabers is trying to figure out, man. And we'll see about Jaxson Dart. I suspect he does have a little bit of that edge that people are looking for, but you gotta see it on the football field first.
Yep.
I gotta see it on the football
Yeah,
field.
well, he can have the mentality. He's just got to back it up on the football field. Because I mean, I have to play devil's advocate here. Because listen, I'm happy how that went down. I'm glad, like, he decided to step up, test how Dart's going to be, and was excited. The both of them. They said it was kind of a bonded thing, and they learned from it. But who else has some dog in him that we also just got rid of? DJ. How that did for us?
He did. Now, here's the difference. He was that quiet dog.
Yeah.
But the room still stuck up for him. Don't tell me no players.
You need edge, and what I say about showing it on the football field, Rob, is show it on the football field. You seen it. You only seen it in glimpses with Daniel Jones. I remember him running over the guy in Atlanta. Yep. You know, like you only seen him really show that energy like a couple of times on the football field. And that's what I said. That's why I say I need to see it on the football field. You can do all that you want in the locker room. Go out there on the football field, lead your team, show some dog, show some fight, get up, you know, get hype. You know, it's all right to, you know, talk a little junk on the field every once in a while. That's what they trying to, that's the energy that they need, especially from the quarterback position, you know. And I think that's what the Giants are looking to change, because unless you're Eli Manning, which Daniel Jones wasn't, you know, you can't necessarily get away with being that little cool, quiet, all right, and then going out there playing like you know what, like crap. So again, you gotta play well if you got that little, that
DJ had cool dog. Those who know dogs will know the analogy I'm about to give here. DJ was a Basenji. Basenji is the one dog that can't bark. He was that quiet dog. Like he would do things and you'd be like, okay, look at him put his heart out there and lead by example and that kind of stuff. I don't think anybody is going to think that when DJ's done with his career, he's going to be a motivational speaker. Let me just be very frank. Like that's just, I don't think he has that part of that dog in him where he's that leader, was prepping everybody, getting everybody pumped up. Like, I don't think he's that guy. And I do think Jaxson Dart has that. And that's one thing I'm interested in seeing, because let's be honest, guys, we haven't had a quarterback in decades that had that talent. because Eli was not that guy either. Eli would say things to get the team pumped up, but he wasn't doing the fiery speeches and stuff like that. He didn't have that. Wasn't his personality. And
he showed it on the field though. But Daniel Jones didn't do either. Really, you wasn't really playing at an elite level on the field, and you didn't really have that necessarily that edge to kind of get guys hyped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's so dramatic that Rob got frozen. That's how crazy that's.
I was like, what happened here? I don't know if it was on. Rob was on my end or not.
Probably lose him in a second. It looks like here. Rob would
shake back, man. They took him. They took Rob.
There he goes. Luckily, I prepared for such a scenario. There we go. You got more room now. All
right.
Get some space now.
Elbow room. Yeah. All right.
Oh God! All right, let's get to the comments here real quick. There's a few y'all giving some topics, some thoughts on there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, got coach to the sexy cool. He says Bo isn't strong at all. Yeah, he's definitely not. He's the same like JMS, knows how to play a bit, but will be blown up. Jason's like, oh yeah, we get to that one already. So we had anytime there's a vacuum comment, it automatically comes up. Coach says, I'm Superfly. Okay, tackle. What's up?
Yeah. I used to break dance.
I'll admit, I still get drunk and attempt to break dance at bars because, quite frankly, I never gave two damns about what anybody thought about me anyway. But two, I'm married. So who am I trying to impress? I don't care if I look like an idiot.
Right.
Next
time, I would love to see that. The last time I could break dance, I swear I was probably like 9, 10 maybe. So yeah.
So I went out to a bar.
I'm gonna break a bone before I break dance. Yeah.
I went out to a bar. It was about a year ago with some people I was working with at the time, and I keep in mind I was their manager, I was their boss. And I was a little hesitant as I was to going out with them because you worry about stuff in that kind of scenario, you know. But you know what? It's a team building thing. Let's do it. We go to this bar and everybody's dancing around and stuff like that. I literally, no lie, I don't know what you call this move. So if anybody knows what you call this move, go for it. Where you get on the ground and you start like you're running while you're laying down and you're spinning around in a circle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's a specific name for that move, I'm sure, and I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I so that's the last time I broke dance. It's been about a year now. Now, there was definitely a few ginglings in me for that with them. There was definitely a few ginglings.
In about 40 years, 30, 35, 40 years for me. Yeah. I was young when I was last time I could break dance. We talking 80s, early 90s. So yeah.
Jay says Fly Girls are from the 1920s and in Living Color too in the 90s. Yep, that's where I still think of it. J-Lo in Living Color in the 20s there. Everybody forgets J-Lo was a Fly Girl. Jay says that's a street jail thing, the tests. There's a lot of people that do the test outside of that as well. So, I mean, I'll put it this way, even in a business setting, I do tests and job interviews even. Now, do I get in people's face and see how they react? No. But I'm going to say or do something a little crazy to see her react. Because I want to know what I'm getting. And that's basically what he did. That's like I said, that's how I kind of took it as. Bookend says Dart has dog mentality. You saw it in college. Jason, all of our offensive line would have ran in the opposite direction. From Nabers like 160 pounds soaking wet. I'm sorry. If there's one guy I'm not afraid of on this team, it's probably Nabers.
Yeah, he's not he's not physically imposing, but he got an edge to him for sure. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got an edge to him.
Oh, we got Rob back. Let's see. Hold on. See if we got him here. See if we can get this going right now. Oh, there we go. He's back. And more Rob.
Came back.
Dead.
Back again. Rob is back. Hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
Bookhead says, whether he becomes the guy, we'll see, but he's aggressive throwing the ball. I'd love to see some aggression. That's why I was so psyched just getting Jameis Winston. And I know he's going to throw the ball to the wrong team half the team at the time, but I don't care. I'm so sick of this passive offense where we throw the ball 2 yards down the field and are shocked no big plays happen.
Listen, I was beating the horse, beating the dead horse all last year. That's what we should have done.
Whoa. Hold on. Before you go on further in this, I just have to say the Two Giant Goofball show does not condemn the beating of dead animals. I just have to say that.
I was making glue. Hey,
I'm just saying.
Need some adhesive? Come on.
Rob, along with selling vacuums, apparently works for the Alpo factory.
Hummers.
Coach says his neighbor's straight popping. Bookends college film. Jay says, I'm good with dart. Listen, if Jay's good with somebody, I feel like that's an accomplishment.
Wow.
He's like,
that's an endorsement.
Yeah, that man would run Russell Wilson out of town in a heartbeat if he could.
Let's ride.
DJ was tough but didn't have a personality. Exactly. He says Dart's personality 100%. Like I said, I think he's got fire in him. We haven't. I think the last
definitely does. I just had to play that up.
Fire with Collins because every so often Collins would show it, and he was very picky on when he showed it. It wasn't like Dart is. I think Dart's going to have it a lot more, but Collins had a little bit of fire every so often with him there. I liked it. Jason
and Tommy Cutlass, the fire, and not
it's a Jersey thing.
Yeah. I can't just have him handing out, chicken parmesan to the sidelines. Like it can't be like that. That can't be your greatest move.
What are we doing with that though? Like what are we doing with Tommy Cutlass? You got.
What he's working on is listen. It's behind the scenes, but in Newark, he's developing a nice Italian American deli where they can wrap up a hero, if you will, in a shirt. No, hero.
Oh, a sub.
Or yeah. Where you can load it into a t-shirt gun because they wrap it up. That's how they serve it. And they're going to shoot it into the second stands. Tommy Cutlets shooting cutlets out.
First off, wrong, and I'm going to say again. So when I'm right, you guys can see Drew is right. They're going to drop him. If nobody picks him up, they're going to gladly put him on the practice squad. And what's going to end up happening is that he'll be the guy that pops up onto like the backup quarterback if, let's say, Russell Wilson gets hurt, so you don't have to force Dart in. That's all it's going to be. That's his role. That's the end. And after that, he goes to work with Rob selling vacuum cleaners. That's what's going to happen.
Listen, Tommy, can you handle the Dyson? You're on the shark level right now.
He's already got a post career. Like I've never seen a player like already have his post career already set up.
You can only last so long for selling autographs for $10 at a pizzeria. I'm sorry, like I don't know if I call it a career.
Oh, he could open up a Tommy Cutlet's deli chain across America.
He has a better chance of a post career by working at the factory that puts the cereal into the Fruity Pebbles boxes. Okay, that's got a better post career right there. Like I said, 5 minutes of fame, and he did 5 minutes of fame, and he made his money, and I have no hate on him for it whatsoever. But it's over. It's been over.
Yeah. Get a lot of that in New York though. Jeremy Lin, Kevin Moss, Shane Spencer. I know you're a Yankee fan, so I'll use those analogies. You know.
Well, especially had a little longer career than I think DeVito. A more successful career, I should say.
Not saying much.
I feel like
Jason.
I feel like at least Swisher has a car dealership over in the Bronx or something.
Hold on, we're trying to read Jay's racist thing here. He said a Chinese restaurant and their customers got some dog in them. Wow. Messed up. First off,
that's a comment of the preseason.
Isn't it supposed to be cat? Not dog.
They say both.
Listen,
a little bit of rat.
I was about to say, you go South Asia, like those Koreans out there, they eat some dog.
I guess depending on what part you're getting the Chinese restaurant from and what the local animals are in that area is probably what you're going to get a little bit of,
Little penguin, pangolin.
Little cat.
Wuhan market.
Let's not make this political. Next comment.
We're getting canceled. It's going to happen. It was bound to happen, guys. We made it 500 episodes. I'm shocked it hasn't happened yet. Like, let's be honest. We did upset the one guy when we talked about the Titanic sub that fell down, and we couldn't believe that people were stupid enough to get on that boat. And he literally left us a bad review on the Apple podcast. I can't believe they made fun of that. Who cares? You don't know these people. Shut up. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody's actually offended by the Chinese thing and they're actually Chinese, you have the right to be. Otherwise, stop. And for the record, Jay said it, not us.
Hey, in New York, I'm from New York, so that's just a thing. Like, yeah, and people still eat it. So I mean, they have nothing to be mad about.
Listen,
y'all eating it. So
you ever see Demolition Man?
There you go.
You ever see Demolition Man?
Yes.
I just think of the scene. No. I think of the scene when they go underground and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Spartan, I wouldn't eat that burger. Do you see the cows down here? What's this meat made of? It's a rat burger. Damn good rat."
Yeah, remember that. Yup.
Listen, I just don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me because you didn't ruin it. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it's at. Like, if I know, I can't do it. But if I don't know and there's nobody to know, then it's all good.
I'm in New York 3 days a week for work, and I'm in and out of restaurants all day long. And my God, I don't care what's in it; it's all delicious.
See, Coach Ed says NYG Yanks tied to extra inning. Libs lost to Mini. Who's Libs?
Liberty.
Yeah, literally.
In New York.
I'm thinking the Minnesota Twins because you said the Yankees. I'm like, who's
no. He's talking about the Liberty.
I was talking politics. What's now?
Right.
He's progressing in practice, so fast learner. We'll see. I said, I've said all along, and I'll tell you guys again, don't trust anything you see in practice because we all know Brian Daboll is not beyond playing mind games, point blank, with quarterbacks. He did it with Daniel Jones in 22. He purposely gave the plays to Wink to try to see what he had in DJ personality wise. So there's nothing to say he wouldn't coddle a player or make his life hell if he thought it was going to help the development of the player. So don't trust anything you see whatsoever when it comes to these quarterbacks. That also goes for Russell Wilson, Jameis, and I guess DeVito as well. I guess I don't know. So it'd be pretty getting a time to play my games with DeVito. I'd have to really question our choice as a head coach. Jason, if Thomas is healthy, I think they'll start him. Well, yeah, obviously. Bookend says DJ didn't play with confidence. He was hesitant, wouldn't throw before the break. I feel like he would throw until we got the clapper. The clapper was the problem. Jay says Rob looks frozen in ice. Jay, that was a while ago. Let it go.
God, you so 20 minutes ago.
After all the coaching changes, bad off. Yep, 100%. Bookend says Tommy D played with confidence, but just doesn't have an NFL caliber arm. I'm going to say he doesn't have a NFL caliber arm, chest, foot,
height, weight.
Oh man,
Arizona. I'll give him that. He's got the.
Jay says Tommy won games this league. Not many can say who are young available quarterbacks, and yeah, that's why I say if he lasts. Because it wouldn't shock me if somebody goes ahead and picks him up potentially. I mean, Mason Rudolph has a job, so why not? Yeah, I said it, Mason. What now?
You can throw a 5-yard slant.
Yeah. Bookend says, did a little pooping too. Pooping? What? Popping? Oh, popping.
Poop has 2 O's.
Weird thing to announce.
2 P's, not 3.
I was like, he just section a little pooping guys just heads no.
It said the windmill. Yeah, there you go. That was it. The windmill.
Do random things for dance floor. Listen, I'm that guy point blank when I go to a place and music's popping. I'm like, I'm a little shaking in the beginning. That's it. Have a couple of drinks. Next, I'm like, I'm like, hold on, I don't care anymore. I'm like, that's what happens.
Yeah, you're gone. It's
drinks I have and how much dancing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Jay said, at your guys' age, you pop an Achilles if you try to break dance. Me too. Nope. Listen, it depends on the day and how my back and hip is doing that particular day.
I'm with Jay. I'm not. Yeah.
He said,
I'm good to go. Listen, it's just the back. I had back surgery. There's the difference.
Jay, Kelsey says he sells vacuums like no one else. Yes, he does. Rob, the
right up.
Door to door, selling you cleaner homes and dreams. Jason's iron sharp is iron with the vacuum salesman. Yes, they do. Little city rat.
Little city rat. Yeah.
Easy on the Korean talk. First off, we said Chinese food. We didn't even say Koreans. Who's at fault now?
I said Korean.
Oh, you did? Do I miss?
I did.
Coach, look, just give it the hot sauce and ketchup. It's tasty.
There you go, Coach.
This looks like chicken. And of course, we have our lovely Sam Day from Streamaboo. Oh my god. Anyway, you got the poop emoji bookend. Are you announcing it now? Is that what's going? Please do not watch us while you're pooping. That's just saying. At least wash your hands.
No, because you spelled, because you read out popping as pooping. That's what that was.
Listen, if that's the biggest mistake today I make, we're good. Okay, I'm just saying. Oh my god. Anyway, you know what? We're gonna move one segment to tomorrow because we're already an hour and a half in here, guys.
We're pooping.
Yeah, we're pooping, we're popping, we're doing all kinds of stuff. We're getting canceled. We're talking about Chinese food, probably. Like, again, that was not us. That was Jay, for the record. I'm sorry in advance for anything else being said today.
Chinese food.
NYG's getting canceled. It's not even his show. It never happened before NYG came on the show.
Hey, I said we still eat it anyway. We still support you. So,
oh my god,
so
it's a damn good burger.
Yeah, keep cooking that rat.
To know how to use the 3 shells. Anyway, before we get going, we got one more segment we're going to do. Like I said, we're going to move one to tomorrow night here because, again, we're already an hour and a half in, but we still got to go ahead and do our rapid fire here with NYG. Those of you guys who were with us last week, we had Bobby Skinner on for our 500th episode. We got a new segment we're doing with guests now. We're going to go ahead and give you a player. You got 30 seconds to give us your thoughts on them. You're not timed, but be honest about your 30 seconds. And then we're going to go back and forth, Rob and I, giving you names and hearing your thoughts on these guys. Rob, take it away.
Ooh, we did a lot of talking about it earlier, so let's start off with Skattebo.
Skattebo. All right. I see toughness. I think that Cam is going to bring an edge. I think he's versatile. That's another word you could probably use. And hey, let's just hope that he can finally bring back the Giants running game. That's all. Hey, that's what I'm looking for from Cam Skattebo. You know what I'm saying? Tough runs up there. Can we finally get a 3rd and short? 3rd and short. That's his name. 3rd and short, man. Pick it up. 3rd and short.
There we go.
We had a 3rd down and short guy. His name was Daniel Jones. Let's be honest.
But what's his job? For the most part.
Graham Gano.
Ooh, old. Getting old. Yeah. Don't know if he still got it. I don't. A little worried. A little concerned. He when he was on point, he was good, but I'm a little concerned with Graham Gano and that foot of his. So I think he's getting old. About time to move on from Graham.
Much like Stella, we got to find out if he can get his groove back.
Yeah. There's only one way. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Devontae Banks.
Deonte Banks. Yeah, he needs he needs to come back, man. need to come back, man. Yeah, need to come back. I need to see more. I say confidence in Deonte Banks. That's the word I'm looking for. I need him to be more confident. And I think with confidence he'll play better. You know, and he's in the competition with Flott, so he better play better. Flott, because Flott's a dude that he coming for his job. I can see it.
Somebody's a tell Banks in a competition. He doesn't seem to be aware of this.
I hope so.
I just said it. What I was about to say, he needs to turn his damn head.
Fly the football.
I swear he's got like a neck brace on or so that we can't see. Like he's like that.
Yeah, the Batman neck.
Yeah.
Like, I want Sonic Camp to go up behind him like Banks and see if he turns.
Just lean back like Fat Joe's. Lean back, reach.
Lean back.
All right. John Runyon Jr.
Ooh, John Runyon Jr. Solid. I think underappreciated. I mean, because he is our left guard, right? As far as I know. So we talk about all these other linemen and don't talk about John Runyon Jr. I think he's solid, underappreciated. Do want to see a little bit more in the run game, John. But pass blocking, think he's good. Solid. Yeah. I ain't got no problems with John Runyon Jr. It's the other guys I got a problem with. Him and Illumino, I'm good with. The other three, Thomas because of injuries, and the other two, they just question marks.
That's fair. Yeah, let's go with guys that are underrated. Let's go with Wan'Dale Robinson.
Get him off my team.
Oh,
I'm not a Wan'Dale Robinson fan. Let me tell you why. Wan'Dale Robinson was targeted, I think, 140 something times and didn't crack 1,000 yards. I mean, man, he's not a slot guy that I want on my team. You know, not you don't really have. What does he do? Talk about somebody who does something. What does he do well? Are you gonna put him on the outside? I mean, you can get these quick little slants going on, but he ain't going nowhere. Catch, tackle. I'm done with Wan'Dale Robinson, for real. You want to upgrade this receiving room? Everybody talk about Darius Slayton. Upgrade from Wan'Dale Robinson and watch this receiver group take off, because he's not solid in the slot. He doesn't scare anybody. I'm done with him.
I'm going to tell you this. Wait till you see this year with him.
Yeah.
He was targeted 3.8 yards down the field on average last year. That's why he kept getting hit and dropped the ball. That's why because he was hearing footsteps left and right. That's why he couldn't, because he's not a yak guy if he's not hitting stride. And DJ couldn't hit him. I want to give him a year and see what he can do. I really think this kid is a 100-catch guy, 1,000-yard guy. I really do. I'm actually very excited. And I think with a different quarterback, you're going to see a difference. I really do. And I hope I'm right. Listen, again, I root for every Giant player. I know you the same way. Per opinion aside, we always root for everybody that's in the uniform. But I really think he's been put in a horrible situation.
I don't think he's a horrible player, but I do not. I'm with you. I think you need to see more. You need to see more, and a lot of it does have to do with the play calling that was last year with Daboll and the whole.
He just 5 yards instead of the 3.8. He would have been 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
and that's no depth of target.
Well, how many times did they throw it to him past behind the line of scrimmage and he got tackled?
Yeah.
That was
scared him through
it. They just did him dirty last year. I mean, and you're not wrong for feeling that, because, like, listen, you're throwing to the guy at, trying to get 3 yards off a throw, you're expecting yak yards. So I get what you're saying, but you got to get the guy in stride. You give him no time, especially with terrible throwing. You had to, break his stride, turn around, and try to do it again.
All right. One more player each of us, Rob. I'm going to go with a guy we haven't mentioned here, and I got to bring him up because we haven't mentioned him specifically. Abdul Carter.
Ooh, Abdul Carter. Scary. And I mean scary good. Like, I mean scary in a good way. Like, you might well have another Michael Parsons in this division. Like, what they can do with that dude, moving him all over the defense like that. The burst off the edge is ridiculous. Like it's scary. For Booking said freak. Yeah, that's another word you could use. I'm just gonna say scary, and it's fear for the other teams in the NFC East, particularly those quarterbacks, because I think this dude is gonna have a monster season. I don't see any way he doesn't unless he gets hurt. Knock on wood, hope he doesn't. But yeah, scary, man. I see it already. They got him one. The Giants got him one. If the Giants do something well, it's edge rushers. You know, they do get edge rushes. They do get defensive tackles. So I think they got another one with Abdul Carter, which I think, man.
I like him. I honestly don't like the Parsons comparison only because I feel like it puts too much on him. Like, I'm looking at,
it's better than the LT comparison, though. Let's be honest.
That's his own stupidity.
Yeah.
Like, last time I saw somebody come out to the NFL and the comparison was LT, was DeMarcus Ware. Remember when the Cowboys drafted him and Bill Parcells obviously was a part of the organization at the time, and Bill Parcells said it, not even Ware. And I was pissed off to hear it then too as well, because there's just certain players you don't compare yourself to, or you don't compare a player to. And for Parcells to do it, I thought was sacrilege and disrespect to what LT did for not just the NFL, but Parcells' career. Let's be honest. It wasn't for LT.
Parcells, you only say Parsons because same position, same school, same division.
Okay, there is a difference. There is a difference in that.
But there is a difference. Absolutely. They're not talking
high expectations, because Parsons had one of the best rookie seasons as an edge rusher like ever, point blank.
Yeah.
Like, see, I do have those expectations for Abdul Carter. And I think Abdul Carter has those expectations for himself. Now, the stat line is what it's going to be. I'm not worried about stats, but I do expect to see that type of impact on this defense. The Giants should have a top 10 defense in the NFL this year.
That's the hope, and I'm going to stick with defense as we go, carrying along to the last one, because let's talk about Okereke.
Bobby O. Ooh. Yeah. Hey, man. What Bobby O needs to do is tackle and finish plays, because you got this D line that we got now. Those linebackers, him, McFadden, some of these guys they drafted last year. Those are going to be the guys that's going to have to tackle and not prevent those big plays from happening, especially in the run game. Bobby O is going to be key to this Giants run defense this year. If he's on point, I think the Giants do have a good run defense, which is going to lead to what I just said, them having a top 10 defense overall. But because some of the teams, especially in this division, like Philadelphia and Washington, they're going to try to run the ball down your throats because they know what type of pass rush you guys have. So, I mean, the Giants. So the thing of it is, Bobby O is going to be key to this run defense this year, and he has to play solid behind Dex and Brian Burns and all those guys back there, man. I'm looking for solid play, tackling, and coverage, and just being what he was the year before he got hurt. We didn't see that last year.
Yeah, 100%. I was going to say, like, he played 100% of snaps 2 years ago. Last year, he just seemed to play banged up. So maybe we don't play him 100% of the snaps this year. We got some little more depth, in that defense. So even if he plays 85% of snaps, like, you still got him in a lot of these big plays. And keep him healthy all year long, and hopefully he makes a difference.
But he's like the key to the linebacker core, though. Like, take Bobby O out that linebacker room, what you have.
You know, the scariest thing is, I'm like, you say that, and I agree with you on that 100% for the record. But there are people point blank in the Giants front office saying we could save a lot of money if we got rid of him. And there's actually people saying that they wouldn't be 100% shocked if he got cut before the training camp's over. And I think that'd be the dumbest thing ever.
100%.
That's what I'm. No, because Lewis Sow had a really good rookie year, and the two of them, coupled with Abdul Carter coming in to play the inside. That's
keep all that
stupidity. But I have heard people say that point blank.
Yeah, no. The one thing I've always said too, just before we finish up here, it's like you want to start like a rookie quarterback, right? You're trying to develop a rookie quarterback. Grant, he's not starting right away, and hopefully you don't have to start this year, but like God forbid you do. You want to have a strong defense, because if you make a mistake and your defense gets you the ball back, you didn't make a costly mistake. Then you're allowed to like get back on those training wheels and restart from almost where you were or whatever. You didn't give up points in the game.
How do you know it's still a training?
Drew, do you see those legs? You probably still hit the handlebars every time you try to get around.
It makes for the tall people. I'll push you. Oh my God. All right, guys, that's gonna call it a night for us here. NYG, man, appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you being part of this here. Always fun to talk about. You know, love the.
It's a lot of fun having you. Thank you.
Yeah. Before we go there, do me a favor. Let everybody know where they can find all your stuff at.
Yes. Unpopular Opinion Sports. That is my channel. I know I haven't been doing content. I know Jay said something in the chat earlier. That's because we've been putting most of our content on the Aboriginal Sports Network. That's me, Pat, Coach Ed, TP the Giants Way, Man Cave. It's a whole team of us over there. We got new guys, Ghost Dog, Shakes Montana coming over. So that's what our central location is for all our content. So go sub up to the Aboriginal Sports Network. We are now on all platforms. Yeah, we are now on all. Appreciate that. We are now on all platforms. We got Twitter. We got TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. We're getting more platforms to come, and we will be on Apple and Spotify soon. So just be on the lookout for that. Doing big things over there, and I'll be posting some stuff to my channel too, as well, my personal channel too, man, to keep you guys updated. It'll probably be more Giants related. So for all you Giants fans, definitely check me out on Unpopular Opinion Sports, and check out Heart of the City on Unpopular Opinion Sports too. That'll also be on my personal channel, as well as the Aboriginal Sports Network. But this was dope, man. Had a lot of fun, man. With the two giant goofballs, man.
Yeah, we got canceled. That was us.
Sorry. We're sorry. Sorry.
All righty, guys. So we'll be back again tomorrow night for you guys. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have some good news for you guys as well. The entertainer, Chris the Entertainer, is rescheduled with us. Will be on tomorrow as well. So, guys, we got more and more and more guests coming here. Coach, by the way, I see you in the chat. Do me a favor. Hit me up there, because I got to talk to you as well. We want to have you on as well there. So, like I said, we definitely want to support all the good content creators out there. So, guys, we'll be back again tomorrow night. As always, we are live on YouTube, again, the preferred platform. We're also on Facebook, X/Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it nowadays, Twitch, and of course, Rob's favorite, Craigslist. We're on Craigslist.
Who's Grinder?
Random places for you now. But no, we're all, of course, my LinkedIn profile. And of course, as always, we're available the next day on all the audio podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all the big ones. So quite frankly, if you can't find us, you're just on the wrong damn platform. Get off that platform. It's a bad platform. You should not be on there. And if your browser is set to private, we're definitely not on that platform, okay? We have nice, not that nice. So, guys, again, we'll be back with you guys live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for watching. And as always, Giant fans, go Chatman!
Go Chatman!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.